Hey there, this is Nova. Welcome to part 2 of the EVE-Mon guide. This is part of the NovaNation project, which is on YouTube, and we are on Twitter and Facebook. All the links will be in our YouTube profile, so welcome to come and join us on there. Follow us on Twitter and retweet any of us posts that you enjoy. Basically, the purpose of this video that I've set up now is to set up a training plan like this one here. So we're going to delete this one and we're going to start again. So what we're going to do is we're going to load in the character, like load up EVE-Mon like we would have done, file, add API key, add your ID and your verification code. Then it's going to load up the character like this. Obviously we've added this character in just for this demonstration. So we're going to click on the character, it shows you its full skills tree. So we're going to click new plan. What we're going to do is we're going to train for an Ishtar. So we're going to load this up and make this full screen so you can see it a bit easier. We're going to go on we've got your plan queue, which is empty currently because there's nothing in it. It's the one that you've just seen before, it's got the full training plan for the Ishtar. What we're going to do is we're going to load up the skill browser, the ship browser and the item browser just to explain how it all works. Basically, if you want to fit a specific item, you'll go into item browser, search for it and it'll enter it. The first skill that we're going to add is cybernetics. This will allow us to put +4 implants in if we're training to level 4 or +3 if we're training to level 3. For this purpose we're going to train it to level 4 just because it saves a lot more time. So that's his first skill in now. If you look in the plan queue, we've got cybernetics in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to ship it. We're going to go for an Ishtar, and it says it's going to take 51 days, 9 hours, 5 minutes and 33 seconds to get into this ship. So what we're going to do is we're going to add this to the plan. It's going to show you a window that's going to tell you everything that's getting added to the plan. So we're going to add this in. We go back to the plan queue now. You can see a short list. This is to get in the ship. What we want to do is we want to show you how to set up a training plan that's going to allow you to use this ship to the best potential based on the fittings and stuff, the loadouts that are shown online. So what we've done is we've already been and got a loadout for this ship. So what you're going to do when you've got your loadout, you copy it into your clipboard. So you do the export on the Battle Clinic, for example. You load out import here, and it's going to load up the screen. This screen is going to show you exactly what is fitted to the ship, and then you can add the training plan to be able to use these for specific fittings. So it's going to add 187 days to its training plan, which is a long time. So we're going to add this in, so we can press OK. Just wait for this to load. While this loads, I'll explain what we're going to do next. We're going to organise through this list and put everything together that's in the same group, which is your primary and your secondary attributes, such as memory, intelligence, willpower. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the list. We're going to drag and drop things into position. Obviously we've got a cybernetics at the top here, so we're going to start with perception and willpower. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for any perception as a primary. We're going to drag it below the last one that we're training. When anything shows in red, it means that you've got to train skills before it. Like the Galente Destroyer requires Galente Frigate level 3 before you can train it. And then the same for the Cruiser requires the Destroyer, which is why they're in red. You've got to train stuff before, so you obviously can't drag them. You can't drag the skill that's red before the ones that you need to train for it. It just won't allow you to do it. So we're going to keep going down this list. We're going to look for all the perception, like I said before. You drag them up. Some more perception here. Scroll up. Drop them in there. This will automatically organise the ones that are in red as well, so that it doesn't mess up. Right, that's pretty much all the perception ones now. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in a remap. So we're going to click on the Galente Frigate, which is his first perception skill. We're going to click in a remap point. It's just going to enter this remap point here. For now, we'll just leave that. So then we're going to go down. We're going to look down. We need perception and willpower, perception and memory. So we've got intelligence and memory, willpower and perception. So we'll drag this one up as well, just because it's in the same block. Right, his main ones after this is going to be intelligence and memory. So realistically, we can drop in our remap here. Intelligence and memory start. The willpower and perception, just ignore the ones that are left over. If you can't train them before, because it might require stuff before it, you can't move them. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert another remap point. So we're inserting this remap point in here now. This is going to allow us to do 2 remaps. So what we're going to do is optimize the attributes. which is the button here at the top. Then we're going to click use the remapping points I set up, which is the two little options that you just put in. This will automatically plan out the implants, the remap that you need to use with the attributes that's best set for the skills that you're training. You can obviously manually adjust these, but this is set to save the most amount of time as possible. So the original time for the first block is going to save 2 days, 4 hours. If we edit this perception, add another 2 to willpower, it's going to go down to 18 hours. So obviously it's set it up so that it's set to the best attributes. It's going to save you the most time basically. The second remap point is going to take 136 days of training down to 109. So that's a massive saving, 27 days training time just from using a remap that's well placed. So what we're going to do is we're going to close this window now. I'm going to leave the remaps in. We're going to now look at his implant calculator, which is at the top here. We're going to click on the implants. We've got +3s in this character, but obviously we put it back down at plus to zeros, which is no implants, is how you start out. Once it's back down to 0, we'll look at this. The current base without implants is 220 days. The current base with +3 is going to be 190 days. So what we're looking at is a start of 220 days. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in +4s. This is where the Cybernetics 4 came in that we trained at the beginning. The +4s you'd add in generally, if you were only doing one remap, you'd add in the 2 specific ones that you needed, or even put +5s in if you can afford it. Because we're going to be using everything except for charisma, we're still going to put charisma in, so you've got a full set. If you look at now the current base without implants, that were 220 days. That's now gone down with these implants to 182 days, so a nice saving of 38 days, 24 minutes and 24 seconds. So if we can look at that now, we're going to remove this down by 38 days. So if we close this now, we're looking at 161 days here with this current attributes. So from his original set that we were training, we've got it down from 190 days to 161 days, and then with the implants that we've just put in, we've saved another 30 days, so we've got this down to now around 130 days training time. So obviously you've saved the 2-month training block by using remaps and using clever placement of your implants and your remaps together. But as I said, Cybernetics is definitely the thing to train to start with. So I mean, this is a rough guide on how to use EVE-Mon, how to use it to set up your training plans. You can also copy this to a clipboard, which means that you can then email it to someone, email it out a game. You can put it in your comms, like in TeamSpeak or Mumble, to share the fittings and the training plans. So like if you've got a new character that wants to train into something that you've trained into yourself, you can share your plan so that they can then inject that into their EVE-Mon and train it themselves. Or they could just look directly at this and follow the list down and do what it says. You can obviously export the plan and save it to the computer to import into another computer. If you've got more than one computer and you need to do that. This is the basic look of the tools of this app. So we're going to go back to the main screen. If you want any advice on any of these extra tools, such as the API tester, the blank character creator, we're going to do this in a more detailed look for people directly. Like if you message us, we'll give you the information that you need to require for it. I will even make you a video tutorial describing how you use everything. I'll just quickly give you information on this one. The blank character creator allows you to create a new character in any race. So say if we wanted to create a Galente, we'd do an activist, we'd make it male, we'd make it Galente, we'd give it a character name, test. So obviously we'd change this into Galente to start with because we were going to do an Ishtar. So we create this blank character, we call it test name 1, or anything that you want. Let's now create a blank character. You're going to import this character into this software. So now if you look, we've got another character, but this is a file-based one. But you can create a plan exactly the same that we did on the other one. Load out, import, add to plan. This is down at 212 days on a base. So we've obviously saved a little bit of chunk of training time by using a Galente character. This obviously will allow you to find out whichever ship you're wanting to go into, whether it's better off being in a specific race when you start the game, or whether it's better off just using a character that you've already got that you've not been using. So this obviously helps you to work out exactly what's best for training times. Obviously, the more time that it's going to take you to train, the more time it's going to cost you in mining or mission running or running sites to cover the cost in plexus or to cover the cost in real life. You're just going to have to keep paying for it. So just the quicker you can train it and use the character, the quicker the character can become self-efficient. So I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. I hope this was helpful. This has been Nova, part of the NovaNation group. Thanks for watching this tutorial. Happy evening and fly safe.